What is meditation? From time and again, people ask what is meditation, what is Marakba, what is Dhyan. These are the three words that are more or less used to refer to the same process. Someone said, I have heard many talks and read many books on meditation. I even did some breathing exercises. Can you explain what is meditation and how one can attain the state of meditativeness? Strange enough, the person says that he has heard many talks, did even breathing exercises, read many books on meditation, and still do not know what meditation is or how to be meditative. Meditation is a process. As we interact into the outer world of objects and beings, we gather impressions. Before a new impression is gathered, the old impressions have to be removed so that the slate is clean. It is like your laptop, which is infected with a virus or some problem. In order to do that, you have to erase that from the desktop, from the hard drive, from the memory. And if it becomes too much that it cannot be corrected by ordinary methods, then the person, the expert, will tell you, save as much as you want to save, or whatever you want to save it, because everything will be wiped out afterwards. And when whatever needs to be saved is done, then the operating system is reinstalled. Meditation is the process of reinstalling your operating system, which is your innocence, inborn innocence. But because of conditioning, because of the society, the priests, the way of bringing, that innocence is lost and you are conditioned to act in a particular way. A Muslim is conditioned to act a Muslim way. Hindu is conditioned to act a Hindu way. So is Christian, so is Jew, so is others. Meditation has nothing to do with the scriptures or God or anything else. Even an atheist can meditate. For meditation, no prop is necessary. All you do, you are going within. You are trying to reach the source. Therefore, today I invite you for a strange but long pilgrimage. The journey will end only where you already are. In the process, you will have to move through many steps and paths just to come to yourself. Because you have moved away from yourself, you have forgotten the way back home. In computer, in the games, in those devices that children use, handheld devices of games, there is a button that is known as home. Everywhere there is a button. Even a small child knows whenever the screen gets stuck, she knows how to come back to home, and then the process starts all over again. But man has forgotten the way back home. Whenever there is a problem, you have to come back home. I am then a remembrance of the lost home and path. Meditation is purely scientific in its nature. Science is based on observation of objects. And when you move inward, it is the same observation. The only difference is a 180-degree turn. You are looking in. That is what is called meditation, not a belief, neither a faith, nor a ritual, but a science, an experiment, not in the outer world of objects and beings. Instead in the inner world of the experimenter. Meditation is a science that has been known by the mystics for centuries and misunderstood by man and misunderstood by masses for just as long. Meditation is not knowledge that can be acquired from books, instead an experience to which the words are pointing and can only be transmitted by one who has lived them. They can be passed on only from a master to a disciple, from a master to a disciple. Modern man has completely forgotten what meditation is. As a result, he has substituted rituals in its place. One can have glimpses of meditation when you are struck by beauty or you are dumb with love, but you have been taught and conditioned to look outwards, so much so that looking in becomes impossible. For meditation, no God, no scripture is needed. An atheist can meditate just as anybody else because meditation is simply turning inwards. Hindus say Dhyanam Nirvishayam Mana. Meditation is an incomplete word. It does not explain much about the context for which it is used. Dhyan is more appropriate and comprehensive. Dhyan is a state of mind when there is no desire. Desires gives birth to thought and thus continues the mind and its noise. You have entered into a relationship. Somehow that relationship did not work. You abandoned that. But the memory of that relationship lingers in your mind, the good and bad both. So when you are entering into or planning to enter into another relationship, these memories come in the way and obstruct your path. Without erasing that memory, the past memory of the relationship, you will not be able to enter into another relationship. This is what has been happening and is the cause of misery and the present day situation that a man finds himself in. In the past we had many relations. Some of these we know, and we do not have even a trace of these. Many lives you had before, and each life you had entered into a relationship. When death comes, the body dies, mind lives on. Those memories remain with you from life to life and continue to obstruct your path. Meditation or dhyan, therefore, is the process to remove those past impressions so that your inner slate, inner sky becomes crystal clear and something new can be written. To explain this, I shall take a Zen cone. First, what is Zen? Zen is that aspect of Buddha's message that developed in Japan. Buddha's message went through the process of initiation, integration and innovation before evolving into Zen. Cone implies a small riddle or a story through which the master conveys the message. In Zen, we use cone. In Sufi path, we use parables. A new disciple came to Master Joshu and said, "Master, I have recently entered your commune and I am willing to learn First Sutra of Dhyan." This was the dialogue which took place between Joshu and the disciple. It is a dialogue, not a conversation. A dialogue happens between a knower and an aspirant. A conversation happens between two who are ignorant. Joshu inquired, "Did you have your evening meal?" Disciple replied, "Yes, I did." Joshu replied, "Now go and wash your plate." You may wonder, what is this? There are certain things that cannot be answered directly. Now the explanation. This simple story or poem or riddle contains the essence of life and austerities. It implies that if all your desires have vanished and you have taken your final meal, then go and wash your plate. If your desire of the world has finished, then wash your mind. This is the essence of Dhyan. Let me explain Dhyan before entering into Sutra. Your mind is working constantly and effortlessly round the clock. While you are sleeping, waking, dreaming, resting and working, with every action the tired mind gathers a layer of dust. Every process of mind creates a cloud of smoke around your consciousness because fuel is needed for the process of mind's functioning. A car passes, you may not see the emission of smoke, but it is released in the atmosphere like pollution. A lamp is lit, a smoke that is released pollutes the air. So too the lamp of your mind is lit, fuel is being consumed. Because the lamp of the mind burns not without fuel, you eat and drink. Each act creates fuel. Thus continues the burning of the lamp of your mind and the process of its lighting. The longer your lamp remains lit, smoke is released, polluting the inner sky with haze and becloud the vast sky of consciousness. Again, the mind continues to accumulate memories. Whatsoever you do or not do forms a part of your memory. Moreover, all that you never did but you only observed also forms a part of the memory. Science says nearly 1 million impressions are recorded in your mind every moment. You cannot conceive of this, but your mind records even very few events, but the unconscious mind records the rest without your knowledge. I am overflowing, you are listening, this is happening through your conscious mind. A bird chirping, a car passing on the street, a phone ringing, dogs barking, a child crying, and many more such things are happening, but your attention is on my words. Your mind will record all these happenings simultaneously. And all these impressions are haze or dust or clouds covering your consciousness. This is how the haze or the clouds gather around the inner sky of consciousness. And Dhyan or Marakva is the process of clearing this dust or clouds that gather around your consciousness.